All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for a fairly new comic book series. This is for the series premiere, issue 1 of the Image original, The Department of Truth. Very cool. So I've been waiting to go ahead and review this comic book with you guys. It has actually been out for a little while now, and so I decided I would grab the first issue. I had to order it because we didn't have it at my local comic shops, but you guys know that I love Image Comics, as obviously, you know, reviewed The Walking Dead for so many years with its comic book series that was released by Image, and now in 2020 checking out some other different books. And obviously this one would catch my attention because you guys know I love conspiracy theories and kind of the conspiracy space. And so this one is called Department of Truth. And it's just, oh man, the art on this is fantastic. Check out this cover. You have the all-seeing eye with the pyramid behind this gentleman on the cover's face, the eye in the middle, kind of the third eye there to show. And then you have a lady in red who is walking on a flat earth. I love the art. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, this is the first issue. So, maybe I kind of regret, messing with it because it's an issue number 1. If this series goes on for a while, it could actually be something. And I do think it's actually really good. There are a good number of issues out now. I'm not sure what the issue run is up to, but we'll just be taking a look at the first issue. So Department of Truth, and there you have the all-seeing eye in the pyramid with a with kind of the kind of light emitting from it, or a corona, you could say, emitting from it, crown of light. So that's cool. And then kind of all the different things in the background, the different sort of grunge artwork, which I absolutely love. And the artwork on this is fantastic. Really, really good stuff. Here's what it looks like kind of inside. So basically in this first issue, we get introduced to a couple of characters. So it goes into a little bit. So you have, the first issue. So Dallas, Texas, November 22nd, 1963 at 7:55 p.m. So I'd like some legal representation. These police officers have not allowed me to have any, and I don't know what this is all about. And then someone asking him, did you shoot the president? And then he responds, I work in that building. Were you in that building at that time? And then he says, naturally, if I work in that building, yes, sir. Did you shoot the president? So basically, it's sort of an interrogation scene for Lee Harvey Oswald, which is really cool. Let's see, some of the artwork here is pretty good. That one there looks like him to me, which is one that I've never really given my thoughts on too much for the JFK assassination and that whole thing. But so they're interrogating him, and basically they send in a couple different agents, and then one of them says to him, good, now say it so I know you still remember. Say it so I know you know the truth. And then he says, up is down and down is up, right there. So it's sort of like the maybe Alice in Wonderland, everything that would be wouldn't and everything that wouldn't be would, kind of the inversion principle. And then we get this awesome splash page here, The End of the World, which is chapter 1. So awesome stuff. And you have the Capitol there. Oh man, it's really impressive, I gotta admit. And then this is what kind of the artwork looks like after that. So it kind of goes to, I would assume would be present day, which is with I think who's probably our lead character, whose name is Cole. And so Cole is basically being kind of brought in, and it even goes into a little bit Flat Earth Society, which is kind of fun. So he's in he's like it's kind of like, and then there's the conspiracy theory stuff. Well, yes, tell me about that. I don't know. So basically, he's being grilled by some feds about his involvement in conspiracy related stuff, which is really fun. And they even show like a flat Earth, flat Earth society, which is actually like, if they're right, is a controlled opposition group in the truth or space, which is really funny. But they have like these flat Earth conferences where people will actually go to these Masonic flat Earth conferences, and they all get together and they there's presentations and stuff like this. Anyway, it's good stuff. So I'm not necessarily into the flat Earth stuff so much, but I do understand the whole concept behind it. And they've got some good stuff. If you've never done any work in flat Earth and actually looked into it, they do have some really good stuff. One of the quickest ones is that they used to say that when ships went out to sea, when they disappeared, that was them going over the curvature. I just watched a video of Bill Nye, the I'm Not a Science Guy, where he says exactly that when ships go out to sea and they disappear over, when they're going out and everything, out of your field of vision, they used to say that was because of the curvature of the Earth. It actually isn't. That's the limit of your vision. If you zoom in with a zoom camera, they come back. So it's just the limit of your vision. Your point perspective goes to a point, so they basically disappear when they get out of your vision. When you zoom in, they come back 100%, which would not happen if they were actually going over curvature. So the flat earthers do actually have some good stuff. You can take your time and go through that yourself if you don't know what I'm talking about. That is actually true, which is pretty cool. Now, I don't know about the rest of it and everything, but basically it goes into some different conspiracy theories and topics and stuff like this. So he basically gets taken and he ends up going to, with the feds, to this, I guess it's, agency location. And a bunch of the guys he's with end up getting killed, and I guess he becomes an agent. So Special Agent Cole Turner. And so that's pretty fun. And then he gets interrogated sort of again, and it's basically revealed the premise of the book is basically that there is, in this one anyway, there is a department, which they call the Department of Truth, which kind of manages what people believe to be true and what they believe to be false. Which in real life, I guess, would sort of be the job of the intelligence agencies, Freemasons and intelligence agency, especially in the States, that'd be like CIA. There's a whole bunch of different intelligence agencies, not just CIA, but that's one of the ones that there's most people know about that one, most prominent, NSA, that kind of stuff. So in this one, there is an actual Department of Truth where they actually manage what the truth is, and at the end they sort of say that if enough people think the Earth is flat, then it will actually become so. So it's sort of this idea that if enough people believe something to be true, it will become true, that kind of idea, which I'm not sure if they mean that as a metaphor, because in a metaphoric sense, if enough people believe something to be true, like let's say everybody believed the moon landings were fake, no matter what they did to try to prove they weren't, if everybody believed it to be the case, sort of in the public consciousness, that would be the case. So basically, the job of the Department of Truth is to manage public opinion and manage the information so that people don't think that that's the case, because it would actually become that case. Now, in real life, it doesn't work that way. There's plenty of things people think are actually true, which aren't, and a lot of things that they think are not true, which actually are, which is kind of fun to go into a little bit. And we've done that a lot this year, going into Freemasonry and everything. But this is basically here, Department of Truth, United States of America. And then he says, my name, so he introduces himself to Cole, and he says, my name is Lee Harvey Oswald, so he's older now at this point, and he's basically an agent. Welcome to the Department of Truth. And then next month it's got, this is kind of cool, like the next issue, so which I think I looked through, but I haven't read entirely yet, and then that's it, basically Department of Truth on the back like that. So it's pretty fun, man. I do like it. The artwork for me is the best part, but I do think that the series has a lot of potential, because I think that, especially this year with everything we've seen happen, I know that, kind of the conspiracy space, even though a lot of it got censored off the internet, there was a lot of public demand for it with everything that we saw happen with TS19 and the whole bit. I remember that, I think it was it Plandemic that got like 1 billion views or something crazy like that, like 1 billion people watched Plandemic, which is really cool. So You guys know I love this space, and you guys know I love comics, so this one was perfect for me. I enjoyed it a lot for the first issue, and I'm thinking about collecting it week to week or subscribing to it, maybe doing some more reviews for it. But for the first issue, for the Department of Truth, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I do think it's really good, but it kind of the sort of sci-fi angle to it of if enough people believe it to be true, then it becomes such. That would be okay as a metaphor, but our world doesn't actually work that way. Like I said, there are things that people think, like what you would call the profane, which are basically the average person. The profane, there are things that the profane believe, or it's in the public consciousness that they think is correct that isn't. And there's a few that we've deep dived quite a bit and kind of gone through and presented good evidence for, and then there's good arguments for, and then there's others that the profane believe are not true, but actually are. The average person thinks isn't true, but actually is. So there, as far as I know, there is no actual Department of Truth in the U.S. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there was like a small intelligence agency that's what they mainly did, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. But it's actually but it is actually there. It's just sectioned off in other groups. It's sort of like there's certain areas you're not supposed to get into, even if you're in the conspiracy space. Like they're taboo. You're not supposed to get into them. And there actually are, like, there's actually rules, which is weird. People would think, like, what do you mean there's rules? Like, there's actually rules of stuff you're allowed to talk about with regards to conspiracy, maybe like moon landings and stuff like that. But there are certain topics that you're actually not supposed to talk about. So it's weird. There's like these unspoken rules that you figure out as you're going along. Like, okay, we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do this, but this is open season. Like aliens would be an example. Talk about aliens all you want to. That's totally fine. But don't talk about, these areas over here. So 9 out of 10 for me. Awesome first issue. Really enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to checking out more issues of this comic. If you guys like this review, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share, you can favorite, and you can subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another review. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.